And we are alive, everyone. Hello, America. Doors are wide open. We're ready for you to virtually come in and be a part of the conversation here with us tonight. Thank you for being here at Gay Town Hall, bringing LGBTQ voices into the discussion and debate. And we're advertising all of you with America's most diverse group of personalities from the LGBTQ community in history. I am your moderator, David Quiñones. I'm also known as the Social Club Butterfly. I serve as the executive director of my own personal nonprofit organization, GVSC, Gay Vista Social Club, here building friendships across South Florida, as well as the director of community and business outreach here at Happening Out Television Network. Because if it's happening in the LGBTQ world, it is happening out. We here at Gay Town Hall want you to join and be a part of the conversation alive with us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. as we broadcast to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and coming soon to LinkedIn. Let's get tonight's discussion and debate started, America, here on Thursday, January 14th. Welcome, everyone, to Gay Town Hall. All right, so I am thrilled to welcome Gay Town Hall's lead host for tonight's conversation. He is a former member of the first gay boy band, Echo 5, that featured 5 expert dancers and songwriters covering original songs from R&B, hip-hop, dance, and even Spanish. He's been featured on the cover of Outfront and GED magazine, in a few short films, including the gay movie Crossing Fingers, and on the drag queen gay talk show, Hey Queen, and on Craig Ramsay's show, He's Fit. He's currently a model for apparel and clothing brand Cisco and is working on new songs and videos for his upcoming project. Did we mention he's also friends with Caswell and in a couple of his music videos as well? So his worst attributes, he takes on too much by being too positive, and his best attributes are writing music and music videos. Before I welcome Gay Town Hall's very own gay Asian pop star, here's a piece of work from his past, a live performance clip from the first gay boy band, Echo 5.
Got to working hard, got to walk beat up, got to finish hard. But the weekend's here, gotta make it clear. Gotta waste no time, gotta have a beer. I wanna see you move your body like you wanted to. Make your booty bounce back and forth, 1 and 2. Gotta have no shame if you wanna play the game. I bet that you came, alcohol is the blame. I'm still gonna be here. We've been spending most our lives living in this gangster paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in this gangster paradise. I wanna go, walk and go, turn around, cause they got work on me. I will survive, I must survive.
All right, so let's please welcome our Asian gay pop star who was from Hollywood, California, but now is living in Denver. Let's please welcome Randy Boo, everyone. Hey, Randy, hey.
Hi, guys. Hi, America. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well. How excited. You don't look nervous at all.
I am. My heart is like pounding like crazy. I'm like, okay, but I gotta step up.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, what are you doing now in Denver and what's going on in your life?
Well, due to the pandemic, I decided to move back in with my family so I could be closer to my loved ones. So it'll be easier for me to be inspired to probably make better music, I guess, more about love, maybe about family or something. But and plus I just needed to be home. I was alone for like 3 months and it was a little too much for me. So I wanted to come home. It was time. But yeah, that's it. So now let's how is my host today? We want to start by, let's do a kickoff of Gay Town Hall. We will always do what we find. It's what's on your mind. Show the slide. Hello. Am I losing signal?
Having some technical difficulties. I think we all heard it, but we're back. We're back, America. All right, so to kick off the show, like we always do with What's on Your Mind, tell us what's on your mind, Randy. And in honor of you today, an album of Randy's life, tell us, what is your favorite music album of all time and why?
I would have to say probably, I would have to be a boy band, Backstreet Boys. Whatever album My Way was in, I want it that way. Whatever album that was up, I can't even remember. It was a while back, but that would have to be my favorite album because it kind of brought up my childhood memories every time I hear it.
All right, sounds good. So let's find out from the rest of our hosts tonight what exactly is on their mind. So we're going to find out, good or bad, in just 30 seconds. And since today's episode is about Randy's life, please tell us, what is your favorite music album and why? Up first is our gay guru and our lead anchor at Q News Tonight. Let's please welcome Al Ferguson to the stage. Hello, Al. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hey,
good evening, Randy. Good evening, David. By the way, Randy, that video of you grabbing your crotch, wow, I love that.
I learned it from Elvis. Elvis is the -- 1
really
nut grabber.
He was right. Well, first off, in tribute to Randy, the best boy band album ever was NSYNC's No Strings Attached. And not only was the music good for boy band, really good music, but the message behind it of cutting their ties from the slavery that they were in Orlando has always resonated with me. So I always loved NSYNC. What's on my mind this week has to do with the two big issues going on in LGBT world, and that is COVID-19. We're racing out of control, and the other is impeachment, and we're racing out of control on Donald Trump. 2021, we're going to be super positive. We're going to get rid of COVID-19, and we're going to get rid of Donald Trump. 2021 is going to be great.
All right, so now let's go ahead and welcome our next host to the stage. She is our non-binary, queer, human, and animal rights activist. Let's please welcome Angie Oz, everybody, and tell us what's on your mind. Hey, Angie.
Hi. Odessa, probably A Moment Apart is one of my favorite albums. It's the first one that came to mind right now on the spot. And what's on my mind, besides everything that Al already mentioned, is check out the Chris Austin to see a show on one of my favorite days of the year, Martin Luther King Day, this Monday at 7 p.m. You'll see special guest Connie Keene, the Chief Energetic Officer of Quantum Energy Infusion, going over, who she is, what QEI is, how the energy technologies can support you, especially in these times, and what does it mean to be a 5D company. And she also is offering a flash offer. So definitely check that out, 7 p.m. on the day.
All right. And one of our newest hosts here at Gay Town Hall, we call him the Real Houseboy of Fort Lauderdale. Let's please welcome Corey, everyone. Hey, Corey.
Hi, Corey. Welcome.
Hey, so my favorite album, does it have to be a boy band or it could be anything?
No, any album.
Anything.
Okay, well, my favorite album, I don't know the title of it because I forgot, but it's by Anita Baker. You know the song Anita Baker. She definitely like knows how to sing about love, but she also knows how to sing about breakup. And when I was going through my breakup or falling in love, I definitely played her album. Oh, what's on my mind this week is obviously what's going on politically. Before I was this week, because I did support Trump, so I was extremely upset about what was going on. But then I was like, you know what? This could actually be a good thing, because a lot of the things that the reason why I voted for was because I just wanted to see things like work out. Like I'm very big on just like debate, having pragmatic views, looking into things, and that's pretty much the reason why I voted for him personally. And a big issue that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has brought up is the misinformation campaign. In 2016, Trump pretty much like was campaigning on increasing libel laws with the media, and because they do abuse their platforms. So now Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is actually advocating for the same thing. You guys watched the video yesterday. So I think, you know what? That's great. I'm ready. I'm excited to watch what's going on, and that's what's on my mind this week.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Up next, we have, really quick before I bring them onto the stage, Happening Now Television Network is in partnership with Lambda Men's Brotherhood, and our next Gay Town Hall host will be holding the Lambda's Love in a Thon. It is a fabulous celebratory variety show love stream that will be airing on Sunday, February 14th on Valentine's Day. So we hope that you all get to check it out. So let's please welcome, he identifies as a hedonist and a philanthropist. Please welcome David Hopkins, everyone. Hey, David.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, time of COVID, fundraisers are rough. So we'll be doing a live telethon style Love-in-a-thon digital celebration for Valentine's Day. It's going to be a fun variety show. We've got cooking segments. We've got a comedy routine by world famous Varla Jean Merman. We also have several DJ sets. So if your favorite romantic boy band song is I Swear or I'll Make Love to You, you may hear it during the stream as one of our local DJs comes on to entertain you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, David. All right, up next, we have our queer minister here at Gay Town Hall. Let's please welcome Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, everyone. Hey, Darrell, hey.
Hey, where am I? Oh, there I am. Hey, everybody. What's on my mind is, of course, January the 20th, because all the days of January so far have already been exhausting. And so I'm hoping that there will be a change and things will be looking up. And so I'm looking forward to what's ever after January the 20th. My favorite album, I'm old. I'm the oldest homosexual on this panel. Bisexual, queer, all the things we are. But my favorite album, do not judge, do not be hateful, is Dark Lady, Cher's Dark Lady.
Oh my God.
I hear that out. I hear that. But it's a great album.
It is a great album.
And let me tell you why. 1, Dark Lady. 2, Train of Thought. 3, Rescue Me. 4, What'll I Do? 5, Miss Subway of 1952. And if you don't know Miss Subway of 1952, your life is not rich enough yet. Listen to it tonight. Tonight. Dark Lady, my answer.
Darrell, were you able to get a dark lady in your life?
I've been such a thing. I know that.
Wait, so is Cher a boy band?
All right.
I've never even heard of it.
Our next host coming on to the screen.
Oh my God.
All right, our next
Randy's
host.
baby still.
That'll get you for that, Randy.
All right, let's welcome our sex positive leather pansexual. Let's welcome Elimination Onyx, everyone. Hey, Elimination.
Hey, thank you, humans. How are you? It's great. It's so great to be back, Randy. I got the boys out just for you.
Yeah, let me see.
Hold on, let me just wink a little bit for you. Let me get a little wink going. Thank you, humans. And so I will say, as far as soundtrack and song, anything Phyllis Hammond. As far as albums, I refuse to be lonely. I live in life alone. She spoke the whole world existence to me as a Black woman who suffered emotional issues, living life as a person of color with mental issues and still being a superstar. But for our co-host ABC, Another Bad Creation, was the best boy band ever. As young boys, they changed the world. What's on my mind is this month is January, and in the month of January, there were several fraternal and sorority organizations that were founded. and college campuses because we were not allowed to be a part of those organizations. It was hardly that you found us in predominantly white institutions. And so when these organizations came together and been around for 100+ years, we had to find a space and a home. So I actually looked through history. Those trailblazers, those revolutionaries, Martin Luther King, Reverend Jesse Jackson, all of those individuals, Maxine Waters, all those are Greek letter men and women. And our future vice president, our vice president to be Miss Kamala Harris, is a lady of Alpha Kappa Alpha. So research, we have an amazing host of talent and breadth being built in January. Oh, that was built in January.
All right, thank you, Elimination. Up next, we have our progressive college English professor. Let's please welcome Dr. Ty Hauser to the screen. Hey, Ty.
Hey, Ty.
Dr. Hauser.
So, as with every academic, I cannot answer with just one answer. So, I wrote my dissertation to Joan Baez's Dark Clouds on a Big Guitar, and I absolutely love that album. But Peter, Paul, and Mary's 10 and the collection, the CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival Gold album are fantastic examples of music. What's been on my mind, however, is the fact that I bought an Oculus recently, and I've been playing in virtual reality, and virtual reality is so much better than what's really going on right now.
Really?
If you haven't tried Beat Saber, it's a great workout. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I love Beat Saber.
So your Oculus software with Grindr is really compatible really well, is it?
Pornhub and VR
What's great
is a
is when
whole
I
new
watch
experience.
porn, it's on like a video screen, like I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
Very Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
All right, and our last host of the night, they are our queer community builder and a transformative healer. Let's please welcome Taisha Best to the screen. Hey, Taisha.
Taisha, welcome.
Yes, deity.
I was muted, but hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard. Okay, so what's on my mind? I've moved to Orlando, but that's not necessarily what's been on my mind the past couple of days. What's been on my mind is our passengers in these airways acting a fool. And I'm not surprised that companies like Delta have kicked off or removed over 600 people for either A, not wearing a mask, or B, just being unruly and disruptive. So we are trying to corral the cats as best as possible. And that's that. So get it together, everyone. So favorite album, and this is coming from someone who has a bachelor's degree in music. I'm going to start with the classics. So we're going to go to the jazz. I'm going to go with Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool. So that would be a great jazz album. And then if we're talking more modern, I'm always going to hype Beyonce and Black is King. That will probably be one of the most influential cultural albums of 2019 that helped inspire, invigorate, and energize the Black community, especially Black women and Black boys. So more power to Beyonce for always going above and beyond to help our culture.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Taisha. All right, America, these are your top voices for tonight. Let's give a round of applause for everybody for joining us.
Oh, Ross Roney's non, so no bottom voice.
Remember, we appreciate all
I'm texting Ross right now.
All right, so all your comments are definitely appreciated. We got Josie in the house. Hey, Chef Josie. Make sure the more comments you give, the more love and feedback that we want from you guys. So definitely make sure. Thank you so much. Oh, Josie's with you, Taisha. Hands down, that album is the bomb. All right, so now we're going to move on to our next segment. Here on Gay Town Hall, you may have questions, and we definitely want to hear and see your answers. We want you, our social media viewing audience, to let your voice be heard and weigh in on what we're talking about. It's time for our weekly poll called Gay Town Poll. So all of our hosts have casted their votes already. For our viewers watching to cast your vote in, click on the link that's posted in tonight's episode and submit your answer. Later on, before the end of the show, we will share the results visually on the screen and see which one was the winner. So make sure to cast your votes. Tonight's Gay Town poll is, what is your favorite boy band album of all time? Does anyone have any favorites for favorite boy album of all time?
Oh, my Lord.
Who do you guys think is going to win?
In sync.
Oh, no, really?
I think
Probably.
Backstreet Boys? Oh,
One of the two.
I
I
love
think.
Boys the Men.
I got Boys to Men.
I voted
Boys
for
to
it.
Men.
I
All
like
right.
Boys
they're
to
pretty
Men,
good
but
too.
Boys to
I
Men.
get
Boys
that.
to Men was very commercial.
Sultry, yes, sultry, velvety,
They went through pop. They went through the collaborations. They were able to be a great Christmas album, a great feel good
They're
experience.
pretty diverse,
They
yeah.
definitely
Was I the
Absolutely.
only person who went full freak with 112 because the peaches and cream?
All right.
David,
Oh,
America.
America, these are your
Oh,
top
great.
questions for tonight. America, you can vote for 112, Adventura, Backstreet Boys, Boys to
Yes.
Men, BTS, Hanson, Jonas Brothers, New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, and One Direction. We are going to show you results at the end of the night, and we're also going to show who Billboard Live chose as the top 10 boy band albums of all time. So make sure you stick around to the end of the show. With that said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into our first topic of the night. So our hot topic of the night, number one. So today's LGBTQ topics of the week all deal with Gay Town Hall album of Randy's life. I call it the 3 R's: relationship, recognition, and rejection. So our first topic of the night is lifestyle and cultural. Track 1 is relationship. So Randy, why don't you tell us a little bit about what track number 1 is, which is about relationships.
Relationship is it's more. Why does it seem like only to have a long-lasting relationship that we in the LGBTQ community, it would have to be an open relationship? Is monogamy truly alive in the LGBTQ community? And every time I've been in a relationship, Grindr plays breaking up every monogamy, so it's kind of pointless. So I just wanted to get other people's opinion about that, I guess.
All right, guys. So we want to find out, does this stand true with everyone here tonight? Is monogamy exist in the gay community? What are your thoughts on relationships and the concept of monogamy? So we're keeping this at 10 minutes tonight, guys. And I'm ringing that bell, shutting it down, muting everyone out. So who wants to start? Monogamy. Does it exist in the gay community, and do we need it?
I think monogamy absolutely exists in the gay community. It's not for me, but I think it exists. Every relationship's different. It's built different. And it's all about the individuals in that relationship. Monogamy is going to work for some people, but other people it's not. But you need to have that communication up front before you get into the relationship.
I think, David, you're absolutely right. The idea of honesty and communication is what makes a relationship work. And if you want an open relationship, then you need to communicate that clearly with your partner. And if your partner doesn't want that, then you have a decision to make. So I'm happy to be monogamous, but I'm also happy to have conversations about not being monogamous. The point is I want to be with someone who wants to be with me in the same way.
I think each of you are correct. I think the question is, are you willing to go into any relationship, any negotiation with these are my no falls, these are where I'm not willing to do. And if you're not willing to do that in the very beginning, then you get stuck with those people who play into that. Well, I want to do this, I want to do that. And as Dr. Ty said, if you want to be monogamous, be that. There are people out there who want to do that. I'm all there for you. However, there are people whose every monogamy looks very different for every single person. So don't compare yourself to what your friend does, and don't think that you have to be with the other person. Be the best that you can be in your relationship, and whatever that looks like.
Let me jump in as someone wearing a collar. I know the Nation has a collar too, but it's a different collar. I wanted to.
I had right here.
And Zarel will be here all night.
But no, the thing that makes a relationship really holy is that it's a covenantal relationship. And so you make promises that you can keep, and then you keep your promises. That's what makes it. And so for some people who need what keeps them emotionally safe is monogamy, that is a thing. And you find someone who also needs that, you make that promise, you keep that promise. There are other promises to make. What makes a relationship holy is that you keep your promises. There's no one outside of your relationship who can tell you what those promises have to be. So yes, there is monogamy. I prefer monogamy, but I'm certainly aware that there are many other ways to share love and commitment, and I bless them all.
A different point of view here is, and I don't disagree with the observations I've made, but I don't think it really gets to the heart of what I hear in this question. Maybe I'm missing it, but to the heart of this question is, do we make those commitments? And I think in the LGBTQ community, very very often, a significant percentage of the time, there may be a commitment to monogamy, but it is violated. And frequently there's dishonesty, and that leads to end conclusions of distrust and ultimately maybe even breaking up relationships. So it's not a question of whether we're committed to monogamy and that's okay, or we're committed to an open relationship and that's okay. It's that we commit to something and then we don't follow through with it. I read a poll, it's been a while, about 5 years ago, that the number one cause for LGBTQ male identification in our community of separation from a partner was infidelity, disagreement over a relationship. And that was a representation that they committed to something, but then they didn't follow through with it. You know, kind of like mask in COVID-19.
Well, and I think that's part of the human condition in general. It's, humans are always changing. Your opinions change. You develop new perspectives on things. And sometimes our relationship can change through the course of it. But if you don't know how to communicate your wants and needs to your partner, especially, how are you going to be happy? Because there could be ways to work around it. But if you communicate on what you feel is lacking, that opens up the option to either become open or to explore your relationship with the monogamous person. But you need to communicate, otherwise it falls apart.
Yeah, I think David had a great point. I think a lot of people also come into a relationship wanting commitment, but not being self-aware about what a commitment looks like for them. And so, unfortunately, the disloyalty and the distrust arises because they are, instead of exploring who they are with themselves and doing that labor of finding out who they are for themselves as an individual, they're doing it with someone with a empty promise of that. As I find myself, I'm hoping that I can be monogamous with you, even though I'm not even sure I'm monogamous, and just not being open and upfront with it. If you don't think you can be monogamous, tell them that. If you think that you can be poly, tell them that. If you have concerns about either, tell them that. So as David said, the lack of ability to communicate who you are as it relates to sharing intimacy with someone else is usually what causes a breakdown in most relationships.
Taisha, can I
wanted
put
to
that
say,
really
wait,
quickly?
let me jump in real quick. So I wanted to say, from this aspect, or from the perspective of someone that has always done the leaving, never been left, and I've ghosted people, you know, we're often looked at as the bad guys. I will say that, you know, it's a choice. Every day, everyone has an agreement in their own relationship or relationships if you're poly. And it could be a choice daily. With the power of choice comes freedom without pressure. And when it's a choice and you can do whatever you want, whatever you guys agree upon, I mean, it works out because it's, you know, you don't have to, and maybe they don't want to know. So I'm not going to offer information if people don't ask. I hold them high. I know that they're powerful leaders and they can step into their power, see their greatness. I know their greatness to be able to ask me questions. Otherwise, I assume that they don't want to know. And that's where that communication comes in for me. And I used to be like a hell no to getting married, a hell no to monogamous relationships. Now I'm open to that. You know, it depends. But at the end of the day, it works. The fluidity, and I know monogamy still exists in this community. It still exists, but you know, it kind of works out when it's an open relationship and you can just be honest with each other and make a choice to that person every day that you choose to be with that person.
I'm curious. Do most of us think that the majority of the LGBTQ community in some form of relationships are in monogamous relationships? Is it the majority of the community?
It's kind of interesting. Sorry, interrupt you, but it's kind of interesting. So on my first show, we were actually talking about the same topic with polyamory, and of course, I didn't know what polyamory was until, and I wish Gordon was here for this conversation because he actually explained it well, and I didn't know what polyamory was, and then he explained it, and one that stuck out to me was hierarchical polyamory. So it's saying that you have like a main chick or a wife, and then you have other people, like I guess boyfriends or girlfriends, and they fulfill your needs, but they don't equate to your wife. And I think if we're honest with ourselves, we are all hierarchical polyamory, whether we want to admit it to or not, because we do want that main person as a partner,
Yeah.
but we also have needs as human beings that we need to have fulfilled. And I think that the view on relationships today is kind of toxic, where it's all about sacrifice. It's all about you're not in a relationship with a person just to be monogamous with them. No, you are in a relationship to grow, or at least I am. I look for relationships where I can grow with that person. So I mean, right now I feel like people are in a relationship with monogamy, and I feel like that's actually a failure. And that's once you say you want to be monogamous to someone, that's the end of your relationship, because they're just going to lie on you. They're going to cheat on you instead of just acknowledging that, you know what, I love you. We have a good connection, and I want to live my life with you, but I have other needs that need to be fulfilled. But you are my number one.
So does that mean
it also goes into negotiations, check-ins, and how you travel, your journey? Because again, we may start out this one way, but if we don't have planned negotiation conversations, we don't have planned check-ins to see where you're going in your world, where I'm going, are we still relatable? Are we still doing it the same way? Because otherwise, there flips to where the cheating becomes. But if you're open with, hey, I need this other need met. Can you do it? If not, how do we make this happen so I still maintain happiness, you maintain happiness, and it's not a secret opportunity where cheating becomes?
And I'm going to actually add on to that, because I actually ban the concept of Mr. Right. There's no such thing as Mr. Right. I believe in Mr. Right Now. Are you fulfilling me right now? And are we growing together right now? Right now can last a week, right now can last a month, or right now can last our entire life. But we should always focus on the right now. Are we growing together right now? Can we come back to grow together? And if you stop growing together, the best thing you should do for you and the other person is to leave and find somebody else that can help you grow, but leave respectfully. But the problem is, how many people hate their exes?
I don't hate my ex.
How many people? Okay, well, a lot of people do hate their ex, and I always wonder, why do you hate your ex? And you know why they why they end up hating their ex is because they stayed too long. They didn't recognize the fact that they're no longer together, they're no longer growing together, and they're staying for whatever jealous, negative reasons. You should be in a relationship to grow, and if you're not growing, leave.
All right,
I kind of want to point out that
we do got to wrap up on this topic. So, Randy, are you Mr. Right or are you Mr. Right Now, as Corey so politely put?
I believe in both opinions, from being monogamy to not being monogamous, because it depends on what you communicate with your partner. I feel like if I guess at some point, if someone that had an open relationship wanted to be monogamous, it's really up to the communication between you and your partner. Nobody else can say what you guys are, monogamous or not, because sometimes partners want to play with one extra person, sometimes they don't. So, but I did notice a lot of things in the gay community, that there's a lot of people that didn't care or respect other people that had boyfriends, and they would still try to go up on them, so like grind on them, and they get tempted. So, and we never know what happens. So, but I don't know. I think it's how you communicate with your partner.
All right, well said. Thank you so much. So that was our first LGBT topic of the week, track 1, relationships. All right, we're keeping this train moving, not a minute more. Actually, we did go over a minute more. So we're gonna move on to our next segment, everyone. So who's ready for a little fun? You got your pieces of paper, you got your Sharpie markers in whatever color floats your boat. All right, so our next segment provides us with a few laughs and even some good side commentary. If it's happening in the news, if it's hot off the press, and it's being out is the new end, then this is our segment that we call Happening Out Headlines. So here is tonight's breaking news story. Asian gay pop star Randy Boo is working on his latest album to be released in 2021. The album is a diary that represents himself and tells the story of everything that has happened in his life personally and professionally throughout 2020. Plus, he's dedicating his first album as a tribute to all of the hosts here at Gay Town Hall. So each of you get your own song. But what is the name of this brand new album? All in one, that describes and embodies his life, Gay Town Hall, and the unforgettable year that was 2020. So everyone, you're going to finish today's headline. Asian gay pop star Randy Boo announces the release of his brand new album to drop in 2021. Representing his personal and professional life living through 2020 and dedicated to his gay town hosts, his new album is called Blank. All right, so raise your hand when you're done with your headline. All right, we're going to go around the room. All right, so let's go ahead and start with David Hopkins. So, David Hopkins, what is the name of Randy Boo's first album?
It's named after his lead single. I may be a top, but you've probably seen my ass.
All right, that's it. Randy, you're gonna have to pick the number one choice at the end of this. All right, let's move on to Ty.
Ooh. WTF have I done?
WTF, what have I done?
That's pretty good.
All right, Darrell, you're up.
Well, David, you were mistaken about one thing. It isn't dedicated to the entire Gay Town Hall host. It's dedicated just to me, and it is called Restraining Order.
He's keeping with the R. Restraining order. All right, elimination.
So Randy, you're gonna be proud of me. I kept it clean, unlike I did for Dr. Ty, and I gave you muscle, bumps, and beats. And you know, bumps could be your,
cool.
baby. That could be your baby bump, but we won't talk about that. You know.
No.
Oh, the baby bump. All right, Angie. I think our camera's frozen. All right.
Okay.
We'll come back.
I chose these Randy boots were made for talking.
And we have sound effects. You gotta give it up for that. That was worth the wait. All right, Corey.
Okay, so we had to do what, 2020 and like being gay and his Asian. So I came up with 2020 Wong Thong.
The Wong Thong, the sequel.
Wasn't that what you captured one of your pictures on Instagram, Randy?
That's it.
All right, Al, you're up.
Yes,
Well, first off, who the hell leaves in West Hollywood and moves to Colorado? Well, of course, the pop star does, because he does a new cover album from John Denver for the #1 industry in Colorado, which is his new album is called Rocky Mountain High.
You got some tough choices, Randy. Last but not least, Aisha, what you got?
I am not good. I'm not good at naming albums or titles or books or anything. So I play If I Could Just Dance on Your. That's what it is.
On what?
Dot. All right. So, Randy, before you choose a winner, why don't you share what your album cover would be if you had your way?
Since it is your album cover.
Actually, it's called Pain in Love. Like pain in love.
Pain in Love.
But,
Okay.
all right. So let's see what some of the people wrote about it. There's a lot of background noise back there, guys.
Right.
If you're not talking. All right. So let's see what some of the hosts said. David Hopkins hit it right on the head.
Can't hear anything.
There we go.
Okay.
There we
There we
go.
go.
All right. So Randy, you can only choose one out of all the hosts here. Who would you choose as your #1 album? Hold them up, guys. Hold them up.
I would have to say that 2021 Wong Tong, because it's kind of racist, but at the same time, it's hilarious.
Who was that? Is that Corey?
That was me, 2021 Wong.
Hold it out, Corey. Nice and proud.
All right.
Nice and proud.
Let me see that Wong Thong.
Wong Tong.
I love how
Did
it's
it.
That's the next song, the Wong Thong.
Yeah, I would have to go with that one. It's pretty funny.
And Randy, not to put
And
you on the
racist, but-
spot, are you a fan of the Wong song, or are you a fan of that?
I'm actually Filipino. We're really more Spanish influenced, but wontongs are really good. Have you had them?
And if we translate it into English for a song, are we a fan
And I
of
do
the
have a
song?
thong.
I think I've seen you
The
in a
thong
poem,
part.
actually.
Really?
Alright.
Where?
All right, America. Randy might be wearing a song on right now as we speak. All right.
Well, I
So let's-
definitely am.
People wear pants for these things at all?
All right, so let's give everyone a round of applause for our happening now headlines, everyone. 2020 Wong Song is coming to an album record store near here. All right, so now we're going to move to our Alive question of the day. So we like to get feedback from our LGBTQ community members involved in the conversation with us here tonight on Gay Town Hall as they submit their videos to ask our Alive question of the day. So today, every week, we have a surprise question that is submitted, specifically chosen for and directed towards the lead host to answer. That person then is submitted a video question, and we invite them back on to an episode of Gay Town Hall. Tonight's Alive question of the day video comes from Elaine Marquez, owner of Next Level Dance Company, a local dance studio based here in South Florida and offering multiple dance classes of different dance styles. Let's hear our video, a live question for Randy, with a sneak peek at one of a music videos. So let's go ahead and bring Randy on the screen and let's play his video question for you.
Yay.
And you got so many fingers. All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. I hope that everybody's having an amazing day today. I want to go ahead and introduce myself before I go ahead and ask Randy Boo his question. So yes, my name is Elaine Marquez. As you can see, I have my Next Level visor on today. Reason being is that I am one of the owners and founders of Next Level. We have been open for 5 years. We have all dance styles such as hip hop, ballet, acro, contemporary, turns and leaps, everything and anything that you could think of. Next Level has it. We also have classes for adults and kids. So if you would like more information, make sure you reach out to Next Level Dance Company. And also, as well, as you can see, I also have my LGBT shirt. As you can see, more love, more pride. I am an LGBT member of this community, and being able to have a dance studio and be able to have dancers, I have been able to grow in the community and dance for pride events and for clubs and for events because of that, and that is amazing. So, Randy Boo, I have a question for you. Can't wait to ask you a question. So, being an LGBT performer, how has that made you feel in the community?
All right, so that is our question from Align. He's actually teaching one of his dance classes right now. And for Al, as a little quick tip, he is actually the partner for John Buckley, one of our guest anchors on Q News Tonight. So Randy, from one dancer to another, he wants to know, how does it feel being an LGBTQ performer, entertainer, singer, dancer in the LGBTQ community?
It's actually pretty good, because at first I was kind of scared growing up, trying to figure out how I would even make it or start doing what I love, because I thought people would reject me as a gay person or a gay artist or whatnot. But since like a lot of things changed since I was a kid, it made me more confident to be able to come out as a gay artist. So seeing other gay artists out there that's making videos and music that are actually really good, it motivated me to pursue my music career. And thanks to Echo V, it gave me an actual life on-set lesson on how to do and make music and how to be an artist. But the thing is, it's great. I love it.
And what would you say for any, up and coming artists that, want to get into the business and maybe a little scared or nervous? Like, what pieces of advice or words of wisdom would you give for them?
I think they would just find who you really are and really own up, bring up your confidence, because that plays a big part. Because if you don't have the confidence in you, the people's opinion around you will tear you down. So just keep doing it. Keep making it. Don't listen to what people say.
All right, well said. And with that, we do have a little special treat for you all. We're going to play a sample of one of Randy's music videos here for you called GFY. I'll let you guys decipher what that stands for, featuring drag queen Chi Chi. And I'm also going to play a little sneak peek of Align's, one of the dance videos that he stars in. So I'm going to play a little short clip for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yay.
Let me just grab the lube.
Yes.
All right, get your drinks ready, everyone. Feel free to dance along.
Behave yourselves, gentlemen.
Well, I love this video with Chi-Chi. Yes.
Rest her heart. She was amazing.
I miss her.
Yes, yes, she was amazing.
Look at those abs, everyone.
I know he's so sassy too. I love it.
It's like another character comes out.
I love the exploding dildo too. You know,
What a
those are always the best.
beauty. I love it.
Hey, is this the same guy who said he was nervous earlier?
I need that wig.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
But that's different. No, we had to take that over and over and over again. This is live.
A rainbow dildo. So funny.
Do you ever run down the street with a rainbow dildo in real life, Randy?
Yeah, it helps me fight people that are trying to hurt me. I just pull it out and they get scared. They're like, "What are you?"
You don't need a gun. You just need a rainbow dildo.
And before we get blocked for
Randy said I have to take it over and
the
over
very nice lyrics that I mentioned in it. All right, round of applause for his music video, everyone. PFY. And from Alain Marquez, here is a little sneak peek of one of his dance videos. Let's go ahead and get that up on the screen. And here is from Next Level Dance Studio.
Okay.
So, David, you may have to reconnect to AOL.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's hot.
And if anyone wants to learn how to dance like a line, he's taking applications.
Yes. This is giving me
I
life.
want that pony.
Work,
That
right.
ponytail is everything.
And then does he teach hairography? Because my flowing mane,
Hairography. I like that word.
it's fun.
You're gonna have to do choreography with them for my next video.
Yes, I love this move. Yes. I want those
That's
pants.
hot. I like it.
All right, so let's give it up for Alain, everyone, for our little music video
Fire,
breakdown.
fire.
Thank you.
Elimination. We gotta go dancing now.
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's rock it.
So remember, if you want to take any,
Socially
Right here, dance right now.
if you want to take any dance classes, please sign up for Next Level Dance Studio with Alain. And if you want private lessons, just send a DM to Randy Boo, and he will happily give you a private lesson on how to learn all those.
On Zoom.
Hold me closer, private dancer.
Private dancer.
Private dancer. All right.
Promote dance videos.
All right, we're keeping this train moving here. So we're on to our second topic of the night, business and political. Track number 2 is called Recognition. So Randy, tell us a little bit about what this topic is going to be all about.
All right. So as a musician in a fast-growing community of gay artists, why don't we have a program to award LGBTQ artists and recognize our community's talent? Do you guys feel like it's important or necessary for our community to have a way to recognize current upcoming LGBTQ artists? Or is there a lot of gay artists out there that's not getting rights to kind of proper and recognition? I'm still fighting to hold on my own ground. Why is it harder for a gay artist to break through the industry?
You know,
All right. And one of Randy's breakthroughs was when he was in his gay boy band, Echo 5. When he left the group, he made the song with popular drag queen Chi-Chi DeVane. We have things such as the BET Awards and the Latin Grammy Awards exist for their respective groups. We currently have the GLAAD Media Awards, but is that enough? So could there eventually be such a thing as the Gay Grammys or awards for local LGBTQ musicians and artists?
Don't we just call
Well,
those
you know what?
Tonys?
Here's my view. I think, right? Love it. I believe, like, I used to think the same thing, and I was planning on coming out with my own awards ceremony, and I still am, but it might look a little different from what I originally planned. And here's why. It's because while I do believe that more people in the LGBTQIA plus all the alphabet letters deserve recognition and acknowledgement for their work, especially the masterpieces that are out there. I mean, there's some incredible talent, creative people in our community that definitely deserve recognition and awards and acknowledgement. But I believe that we are no different than anyone else in the sense of that we should be acknowledged with the rest of people in the entertainment industry. I mean, yes, we deserve our own award ceremony, but at the same time, like, we should be awarded and acknowledged and recognized along with the other artists in Hollywood, like the big A-listers and all of that. And, you know, we are not limited.
It's true. So I understand what you mean.
I have a question for Randy. So do you want to be recognized for being a gay artist, or do you want to be recognized for your artistry? Because to me, it's kind of confusing. I mean, I thought the whole gay rights movement was just so that we can be respected to live our lives by ourselves, and but we can still be in society like as we are. But I mean, if we're saying that we just want to be recognized for being gay and an artist instead of just want to be recognized to be an artist, I think that's two different things. I mean, I don't necessarily want to be recognized that I'm gay. I want to be recognized. I don't want to be persecuted for being gay, and I want to be respected the fact that I'm gay and I'm choosing not to live that's how I live my life. But that's just not who I am. I would want to be recognized for the actual work I did. Like Elton John, he's gay. He was bisexual, then now he's gay, and people recognize him for his work, not just for because he's gay. Right. You know what I mean? Like even like Lil Nas X right now, he's doing a lot right now. A lot of people are recognizing him for his work and not necessarily that he's gay, or even Frank Ocean. And Frank Ocean actually he does not get the credit that he deserves, because whenever Frank Ocean came out in that album, I was actually shocked about how many people actually respected him and actually said, you know what, Frank Ocean's work is amazing. I don't care if he's bisexual or gay. And that's what I want to be recognized for my art. I don't want to be recognized because I'm gay. But I don't know.
Right. No, that's true. No, I agree. It's just that it seems like when I was in the gay boy band, we were rejected in a lot of projects that we applied for just due to that we were gay. And it seems like I do agree with that there is some famous artists out there that actually made it through and whatnot, but that's only quite a few other compared to a lot of other straight artists. So it's there's a lot of companies that would actually reject a lot of LGBTQ artists because just for that reason, because they want to try to do like a straight program. So it was a big discussion that we've had with the band members that I had in the past, and it just one of the things that they said it was holding us back was it's because automatically people saw us as gay artists, and a lot of people don't want to even listen to that music. So it's kind of like it's a lot of the, I guess, religion type of thing plays a role in it. So it kind of made a lot of, I guess, some artists get gay artists.
I mean, who's your target market? You might be asking, like.
Right. Well.
Who's your audience? Who's your target market? Who are you making music to?
But that shouldn't. That shouldn't even matter. Like
But no, it actually does.
I think we run away from this topic a little bit. I want to talk about the sexism in the industry, because, like, yes, we want to be recognized as an artist. However, a lot of communities, even outside of the music industry, they will recognize someone for their talent, but there's this underhanded of like, oh yeah, Frank Ocean made great music despite being gay. Like, that's the undertone that they give. So like, why would I want to participate in a show that, yay, thank you for recognizing me, but like, despite that I'm gay? And the only reason why, and I speak from personal experience, because I also have been professional in the music industry, is the fact that sexism sells, and most people who want the recognition are gearing that music towards heterosexual or pansexual people, of which men can see women on these music videos or hear the sex in the lyrics or whatnot, and they have that personal personal relation to the music and whatnot, instead of actually thinking of the culture and the lyrics beyond just sex. So like, if you think about for how long music has sold, especially in the rap industry, how Black people celebrate their bodies, like it's also gay people celebrating their identities. And I don't think that we should go back in the closet in order to gain that recognition in the greater community in order to find that validation. I think it's great that like people, that LGBTQ people have been getting Tonys and Grammys and all of that. However, I would like to celebrate with my own without having to look over my shoulder and think as to whether or not I'm actually accepted versus being tolerated.
And that's also, let's dig deeper than that and say, hey, do we as a community don't even support each other as a community? Meaning that if you're not this, then I can't buy, or I'm not supporting you. If you're not that, if you don't fall into what I like, what I feed, what I want to fuck, then therefore I'm not trying to buy, I'm not trying to support, I'm not trying to go to your concert. So let's go back into the fact that until we come together as a community, we can't really sell together. Otherwise, it's going to be a matter of awarding this person or this group of individuals who sell and or who are appealing to this set of group of individuals. Again, marketers and the marketing advertising industry only want to support and pump those who are going to make it mainstream. And so therefore, if you're not fitting that image, whether you're gay or you're not, until you fit that image, they're not going to push you. They're not going to put the money into you. They're not going to invest in you. And so you all went into the fact that, you know, comparing this to BET, I stopped because again, BET had to celebrate our own because black folks wasn't being awarded. So gay folks, until we come together as gay folks, regardless of no fat, no femme, no this, no black, no this, no that, until we come together and say we're going to do this together, regardless about what you have to look at and what you have in your heart. We won't have anything until we do that.
In my opinion, there's the bullseye.
Because I think.
But I mean, sorry.
That's the bullseye. And the bullseye is the problem sits in our community, not outside of our community. Absolutely. Our community doesn't celebrate our community like BET would do in the African American community or other communities. Our performing artists are not celebrated.
I got to push back against you, Al. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but we do celebrate our community. We do have pride. We do have a bunch of awards. There's a lot more of things coming out with the gay community.
When was the last time you went to a pride? Wait, that's not true. When was the last time that I've been to 50 prides in America?
I was stabbed at Pride in Fort Lauderdale. So I mean,
we do not celebrate music.
We have 2 toys. Hooray! We have 2 toys while everyone else has 7. Like, nah, I want as much as, if not more than, I want to have.
That's exactly right.
Overflowing. I want abundance, just like white people get abundance, just like cisgender people get abundance.
Nobody stopped me from getting abundance.
That's where my whole
question of marketing. Who is in charge of marketing? When you say you want gay awards, okay, but are you doing it for gay people? You're doing it for the gay community to do that. If you say you want to be recognized for your work,
I think
you want to go that building.
Our community doesn't give visibility.
I think it's interesting that I even suggest that the problem sits in our own internal community, and you get shouted down for that observation. That's really
again. Look at your marketing of all your parties, all your advertising, all the books. All that marketing does not let the gamut of our community. So let's stop there. So it's not. Al, you're right. It's here in this community. If you don't have the muscles, if you don't have this, if you're not this particular color, you're not going to be featured in the advertisement marketing for a club. And if you are, then you're put into a box into a little room saying, "Hey, it's your night. Go into this room." And then this is the only night you should come because otherwise we catering to everybody else. The community is too segregated, and we need to stop that. And that's focus on that.
It's just an interesting observation. Someone who works in ministry and in the church, and music is a big part of that. What is your take and opinion on about music being recognized?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. I wish I'd been paying attention. No, I was. I think that it's very important for communities, especially marginalized communities, to celebrate themselves. So yes, I would like to think of myself as a good preacher. I hope people enjoy good preaching and they think that I am a good preacher. And I am a queer person in a queer community, and that is another thing. And I want to celebrate that I am a queer person communicating with queer people and queer allies. And so there are it's a both and. This is not an either or. And I think there's some internalized homophobia. Don't just judge me as a gay person. Well, I am a gay person, and I am in a gay community, and I want that to be celebrated as well as what I do.
By who, though? And that's my question. I'm not talking internalized homophobia when I'm speaking about this. I have a bachelor's in business administration with a focus on entrepreneurship. So I'm trying to look at it as a business mind. So who is your target market? So when you're saying you want to be recognized, do you want to be recognized by mainstream, or do you want to be recognized by the gay community? Who is? I think it's a matter of being. That is the question. When they put you in these boxes, they're putting you in the box because
I want
supply
to
and
speak
demand.
to all kinds of people, but I do not need to be validated by the mainstream.
We're not getting
visibility. Validated by the mainstream.
One of the things that made Logo TV successful when it started and why it failed is it was all about visibility of different aspects of the community when it started. And by the end, it was just like Lifetime movies and stuff. Our community doesn't have visibility even to itself because none of the big companies want to support us and help us get that visibility out there. And that's the problem. It's not just that our community is not supporting itself, is we have no way to even know who we're supposed to be supporting because we're not given a platform to show ourselves.
You know, I'll tell you one story that's interesting to me about a singer. Unique was on my cruise, on the RuPaul cruise. And Unique, I remember one evening specifically talked about trying to promote and market her singing career in the LGBTQ community, prides, etc. And specifically said that he or she, depending on which character he was representing or she was representing, had great difficulty in the LGBTQ community. But Ryan Murphy via Glee didn't look at it as an LGBT issue per se of talent. And Zoe's show today that Unique is starring in is not looked at as an LGBT propulsion. It is, but not in the same way. So the broad community embraced Unique in a way that the LGBTQ community would not. And that came right out of Unique's mouth.
All right, so to wrap up on this topic, so Randy, so what is the realization of recognition in the LGBTQ community when it comes to musicians and artists?
I mean, I do believe that the art comes first, that it's up to the, you know, what you create and whatnot. But I also believe that we should also get a recognition, not more of just for a recognition, but just to reward the people in our community that's actually trying to do music and being who they are. And there's a lot of good artists out there. I mean, like there's Caswell and a lot of the RuPaul's contestants. They all started making music. They all started making music videos, and a lot of them are good. So I feel like they should, or someone should start a little award program for them, or like a little gay Grammy or something, because I feel like we all deserve a little bit of something.
Sounds like a Happening Out production.
As long as it's better than the debate we had.
All right.
And but I'm done. All right, now, so let's round of applause for topic number 2, track 2, everybody. Recognition of the LGBTQ community. All right, so now we're gonna have our last little fun segment. Who likes the big D here, everybody? Who likes that big D?
I like the big D.
Randy, do you like the big D? All right, so well, think of this as our gay Mortal Kombat battle of size versus matter, facts versus fake news, lead host versus host. This is a one-on-one discussion or debate as they come to a decision in a segment we like to call the Big D. So today's Big D, our lead host is going to get up to 5 minutes of uninterrupted minutes to discuss and or debate a specific topic with another gay town hall host here. But ultimately, the lead host will start off by following by the other host, and we'll go back and forth until they come to a decision. So today's Big D is our Asian gay pop star Randy Boo versus our non-binary queer human and animal rights activist Angie Oz. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to clear the room out. And they are going to be talking about musical genres. So they're going to have to choose A or B. And it's a quick fire response. Shouldn't take too long on that. We're going to bring everybody back into the room. And then you guys are going to discuss, do they actually get it right? So let's go ahead. And
oh my gosh, I'm bad at this.
Oh no.
You guys can watch from backstage.
Waving like you're on a boat.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and get this up.
Angie, you win already. You win, love.
No,
Okay.
no,
Well,
we're perfect.
let's see
together.
if you guys come to an agreement and understanding. All right, let's go ahead and
Okay.
get this going. All right.
Present. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So choose your favorite musical genre. Ready and go.
Ooh.
A. Or no, B.
Oh, B. Because The
B,
Weeknd and Drake are on there, so.
Oh no, I gotta go with A. Sorry.
Well,
I
A
saw
is good
Missy, I
too.
saw
But...
Biggie, I saw
Oh,
Will
okay.
Smith, and I saw TLC. Who
Sorry,
else is in
Drake.
there? Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm gonna go
The
with A.
Weeknd. I go
Yeah,
with
sorry,
The
Weeknd.
So you guys would choose hip hop or R&B, not so much by the photos, but by the musical.
okay, hip hop for sure.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah, hip hop, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hip hop. We're like A. See, we're perfect to do this together, boo.
I'm a
I was
90s
just-
baby. I love 90s R&B,
Same.
hip hop.
Same. Okay,
Oh,
pop. K-pop, I'm not into. I mean, I respect it.
pop, yeah,
Might be an
pop.
unpopular opinion, but pop.
There's
for sure.
some K-pops out there that are good, but I feel like there's too many in their groups.
Yeah, I
They're like
agree.
at least 10 of them sometimes.
They're like viral. They're like huge, especially on TikTok and stuff. But yeah,
But
you know, we're 90s kids. Pop is
right.
good. Techno, I like trance, but I like techno better.
I don't
If I
know. I
had to
kind of like
choose.
both, but I would have to go
Me
with
too.
trance. Yeah,
You have to go
trance is
trance?
more
Okay.
dreamy.
Techno,
Yeah.
it's hard to choose, but techno is.
Techno, I would have to take a pill. And trance.
I actually don't. Like, I can listen to it just as is. There's some sexy techno DJs.
I mean, just
Salsa,
Advil.
merengue,
Just kidding.
salsa maybe?
Salsa. I would go for
Yeah.
salsa. Because I like my chips to dip in the salsa, you know.
That's a good one, Randy. Yes, I agree. I like me some salsa. It's vegan. Classical versus country. Unpopular opinion too, but I'm gonna go with classical.
I don't know. Yeah, because classical improves your brain, but then again, all music does. I would have classical.
I used to play the violin. I was in the orchestra.
I played the trumpet.
I love a good merengue pie, people are saying. Touche. Ooh, heavy metal. I'm a heavy metal kid. I was a very scene kid, but I do like rock too.
I went with rock. Heavy metal to me was kind of too heavy. It gives me a headache when I start banging my head.
Well, I like rock too. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with heavy metal just to switch it up. So we're not picking the same one for every category. Oh, reggae. Reggae, hands down. I'm like, another opinion. I live in South Florida. I'm not a fan of reggaeton. I know I'm going to get my head chewed off for that, but reggae, I grew up listening to reggae. That's all my dad listened to.
I love reggae, but I'm gonna have to go with reggaeton.
Wow.
I love to dance, and reggaeton's like makes you really wanna dance, you know.
My dad knew like
reggaeton.
every lyric of reggae. He knew what it all meant. He would break it down for me. I love him.
I mean, I love Bob Marley's messages and his music, amazing. But yeah, reggaeton, just to switch it up.
Hey, David. Oh.
Hey guys.
Terrell, Dr. Ty.
I can't make any more.
Yeah, no, I like. I mean, it's not Marley, but welcome to Jam Rock.
Alrighty now. So, Angie and Randy, was that easy or hard? Did you guys feel like you agree on the same page or not so much?
I mean, I was surprised that there was a couple that we didn't agree on, but it was a good little mix up there.
Right.
All right.
I mean,
So,
music is music.
Feel free to leave comments in the audience, guys, and our Gay Town Hall, so you guys can fight it out and duke it out on what's the better musical genre. All right, so up first, hip hop or R&B, everyone?
R&B.
I'm an R&B.
R&B.
I'm gonna go hip hop.
Yeah, I'm a hip hop girl.
Yes.
R&B.
All right,
Both
so
do R&B.
sounds like R&B is taking the lead on that one. All right, pop versus K-pop.
Pop.
I mean, I do love some KDA, but pop.
Okay, so I'm showing my age. But what is K-pop? So I'm just gonna go with the pop.
Korean pop.
Korean pop.
Oh no,
Supporting my
elimination.
people.
My niece and nephew love K-pop, but I guess I'm old now.
BTS, which I think stands for like Boys 27. I don't know.
Ty and David will introduce you to K-pop elimination. Don't worry.
Well, you know what? I believe that.
All right. Techno versus trance, our little space, our club spacers.
Oh, trance.
Techno.
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 Trance.
I'm a trance person.
Techno, baby.
It depends. Am I stoned or not?
I do like
Well, I mean,
Right.
Do you like the sound of
that is true.
or do you like more
Techno's better to dance to.
salsa versus merengue?
Depends on my dance partner.
There is a difference. For those
There is a difference, but the quote of the night was, "I like my chips and my salsa." That was the best. So I'm gonna stick with the salsa thing because all I could think was, "I like my chips, I like my salsa down low." So I'm loving that. So salsa it is.
Yeah,
I like me some
Mike
spicy
Pitts, I
sauce.
was joking about the meringue pie in the comments, but I do like salsa.
I'm a meringue person. Sorry, my Panamanian side screeches meringue right
All
now.
right, classical versus country.
This is really a non-fight. This is a non-choice.
Mike Pitts said, "Screw the
They're too
pie."
They
different.
both go back
Mike
to
Pitts
our
said,
roots.
"Screw the pie."
They're so different and they're both so wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go classical because I have cried to some classical music. It's brilliant. Some of these artists have been brilliant.
And yeah, Carrie Underwear, bashing windows. How can you not like country? I mean, you
I've
know,
seen
that
country
was
because I'm a
somebody
hillbilly.
not knowing that last name.
I'm an educated
the
hillbilly,
best.
but I
Oh
hate
my
it.
gosh, the big
I mean,
busty woman.
So
yes.
That's like pop versus
Can I go?
They're both
Can I
great,
go?
but they're
Can I go
different.
professor on you?
B&W.
Can I go professor
Heavy
on you?
metal
Country has a
versus
drier
Rock.
taste than the capital.
Rock.
Heavy metal.
Rock.
Rock.
Who
metal.
said heavy metal?
Rock.
Me,
Who
David
said heavy
Hopkins.
metal? Yes, David Hopkins. I knew it was you.
Yeah.
David, would you like to explain for those who may not know the difference between heavy metal and rock?
Heavy metal tends to have harsher tones, more bass. Generally, are emotion-fueled songs. More moshing.
All right, now last
Yes.
one. What do you want to see Randy dance? Reggae or reggaeton?
Hey, Randy, I need you to come down
Reggae.
here and let me show you some reggae and show you how to dance and some reggae. I
Right,
can
reggae.
blind doing you, baby.
Because it ends in gay.
Reggae.
That's funny.
Reggae because it
That's
ends
what
in
I'm
gay.
talking about.
I love reggae too.
I can show you,
Baby,
I can
don't
show you some
worry.
dirty wine, baby. I got you.
All right.
That's what I'm
Come my way.
Versus reggaeton. Fancy reggaeton.
All right, so before we get to our final topic of the night, wow, we're actually not doing too bad, only 10 minutes behind schedule. Randy has a special little treat for you. He may not be showing his reggaeton moves off for you, but he has a little special treat. Hopefully he's not too nervous. So Randy,
Oh, yeah,
what
but-
you got cooked up for us?
What are you doing?
I guess
It's
I'm
your
gonna
only
sing
friend.
my new song that I wrote like just a few nights ago,
What?
just for you guys to hear. Just not the full song, but just a little bit.
All right.
Wow.
yeah.
All right, so he's going to sing for you guys.
Celebrate.
So just, shush down a little bit. He's going to sing a little something for us.
So much for
All
him.
right.
Celebrate our own. Celebrate
Where's
our
I need
own.
give me a second. I gotta turn on the speaker. Sorry.
We honor, we
Take all the
celebrate, we
time you want,
recognize our
people.
own. Yes, this is
All right.
we celebrate our own and we recognize that.
Okay.
Gay Town
All right.
Hall, we
There you go.
we got live artists on the show. All right.
All right.
Take it away, Randy.
Amazing.
All right. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Sometimes the colors can fade to black and white. Some days it's colder, but down to most the fight. But don't deceive in yourself, 'cause I see the fire in you. So spread your wings and fly, 'cause time is so brand new. I'm forgetting my own lyrics. So don't you fight the feeling that's inside. If you believe in the magic in your heart, whoa, whoa. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm a little nervous and I'm freaking.
All right, woo! Give it up
Great
for
job.
Randy, everyone.
Randy, beautiful.
We couldn't have the
ending.
album
I'm so
of Randy.
nervous. I don't know why.
We couldn't have the album of Randy's life without a little musical something going on here. So, all right, we're gonna dive into our final topic of the night. Let's make it nice and quick. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so our
okay.
final
you've been
topic
in my
is our
bedroom.
personal story or experience. Track number 3 is called Rejection. So, Randy, tell us a little bit about this topic about rejection.
All right, I guess. How do you find balance as a member of the LGBTQ community? Since our day of birth, we were already rejected by religion and trouble coming out, and during the pandemic with all these other problems causing us to be angry. But yet, when we look at ourselves, the LGBTQ is so quick to easily label each other. Why is that? I've had very hard times to deal with what happened before. I know that we all go through tough times, and I've always been good at looking at the bright side of things. It's easy for me to be always happy and jolly. But even after dealing with previous issues and problems, I'm still able to walk with my head up high, like nothing, with no regrets. And as an LGBTQ community, how does a gay person handle a whole different set of problems for being gay? How can a person become more LGBTQ members and accomplish this inner peace? That's, I guess, just finding inner peace within all these issues that's going on.
How can we find inner peace as an LGBTQ community and find balance when from day one the world sometimes is against us? And I see Darrell wants to kind of take the lead on this.
I know.
Oh, I was supporting it the Gay Town Hall thing, but I'll say something. I was supporting
I'm not with you.
I got my eyes focused on you, Darrell, so you're up.
I was just pointing to the logo. But since you asked, I'll say a quick thing. No, I think that one of the things we get to do is we get to embrace and celebrate ourselves. We get to realize we're not just something to be tolerated, or our gayness isn't just like a little piece to push aside, or we have a special gift. We are a special part of the human rainbow in the human family. And so when we embrace it and celebrate it and are proud of who we are and know that we have something to give to the human family, that brings us peace, that brings us joy. And so so it's less of a struggle when you just celebrate what it is and offer that back to the world.
Love it.
Yeah,
as a 40-year-old fat nerd.
Darrell is exactly right. And I think that to just kind of place it historically, we are in a place where, as a community, we have never been before. And we need to recognize that the people that came before us had a much harder struggle than we have. Not that we don't struggle, but we need to continue to work towards finding that peace. One of the ways we can do that is by coming together for Gay Town Hall or within our communities and learning to love ourselves with our friends. And to quote the great Whitney Houston, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all.
But what about the people that doesn't have access to those?
I'm going to give you 5 minutes before I start making fun of you for that comment.
I think, and so Randy, to your question about what for those that don't have that, I think this platform here shows, because I will be very honest. Without this platform, I might not have met a Dr. Ty. I might not have met Darrell, and so I'm thankful. I wouldn't have met you, Randy. So I'm thankful for this opportunity. And so what can we do is live our authentic lives and show others who are watching us how we do not align ourselves to those who are hurting us. How do we not align ourselves with those who are trying to put us in a place that we cannot succeed? And then we continue to grow with that pocket of people by showing the best that we are. And again, we as community have to always fight, whether it be the workplace, whether it be just going out into the world. What is someone going to see us? What is someone going to do to us? And then Randy, us as a minority, we have to take it to another level, because now the moment we walk in, we're different. And so we have that pride. Then we have that queer pride. Then we have this. And so build with that within your own, and each one teach one. We have to show others how we've made it through. and because we've made it through, they can make it through. And again, it all starts with alignment and not allowing yourself to be in a pocket with someone who's aligned themselves with people who are trying to get you and trying to hurt you.
I like that. For me, so for me, it's about accepting the truth, like just the truth about yourself, knowing who you are. So my background is I am Jamaican, and we all know how the Jamaican people feel about the gay community. My entire life, I was asked if I was gay, and they didn't want to know if I was gay. They wanted to know if I was gay to prosecute me and to reject me. And for a long time, I had to become a pathological liar. I had to lie about everything I was doing just because, just so they wouldn't ask me that question, so I wouldn't have to fight against me. Because it's never like, Corey, are you gay? Corey, you're gay, you're going to hell, this and that. I mean, in Jamaica, there's a song called Boom Bye Bye Nibati Boy Head, and it's pretty much talking about killing gay people, and they just play that like on family functions, you know what I mean? And they're coming after me about that, and I'm like, do you really love me, or are you attacking me? So when I was 27, I actually came out on Thanksgiving, so it's been like about 2 years now since I came out, and I actually came out to my mother and I blocked her for 2 months, and since then, I mean, obviously I blocked her for 2 months, and then since then I started to I went on this journey of actually loving myself, accepting who I am as a person. And at this point, you can't tell me something, but you can't tell me anything at the same time. I know who I am. I'm very self-confident. I'm mindful. And I had to work through that. I had to work on that through going to Al-Anon, which is AA for Alcohol Anonymous. If anybody is interested in doing that, that really did help me on learning to love myself. I watch YouTube videos. I accept the fact that I am, I accept who I am. I accept the truth about myself. I am my biggest critic. I ask myself whenever I'm in a conversation, am I right? Am I in the wrong in the situation? And if I believe, and what can I learn from the situation and how I'm growing? I believe in growth. And that's at this point, I don't care what you say about me. I live who I am. I love who I am. I know the truth about me. I don't care if you reject me, and it is what it is. I mean, right now, I even walk around with like black glitter nail polish. Like, I really don't care.
You know, a bit of a different observation. We have to continue to remind ourselves, while we talk about rejection in the LGBTQ community, Darrell and I have talked about it forever. Eliminations talked about it forever. We've all talked about it forever. But you have to remember, today's January 14th. We're getting ready to inaugurate a new president. We're getting ready to throw one out forever. We're not rejected like we used to be. I just remind you, 78% of Americans say we deserve human rights and civil rights in America. 78%. There's organizations like the American Family Association out there, but they're not about family. There's the Million Moms organization out there, but they're not a million moms. There are 100 old white men behind them. The amount of rejection that's going on in our community is nothing like it was once upon a time. And we have to continue to remind ourselves that we don't want to get stuck in thinking that people hate us and reject us, because overwhelmingly they don't. And proof of that is this week. Donald Trump has dominated through a Twitter account America's conversation for 4 years. And what is getting ready to happen? Everything from Congress to businesses to the PGA are getting ready to throw him away, because we're all saying that's enough. And that's exactly what's going on in the LGBTQ community too. It's not as bad as we think.
Yeah, I think Al makes a great point, because, you know, I would like to talk what goes beyond rejection. It's really hard if you are a person whose acceptance and unity and validation isn't accessible to you, right? So I'm going to circle back to what Randy said as to, like, what if I am not surrounded by that? So what happens when you're not necessarily being rejected, but you're not surrounded and comforted by unity, that validation. It is still very hard to exist and be proud when you don't have those voices in the choir sitting next to you singing that same song. It's not fun being the token. And I say that even as a Black person, so I'm going to use some intersectionality there. It's not fun being the token. So if you're in a community and you feel like you're the token LGBTQ person and you feel like unity and validation isn't accessible, please reach out online, set up like virtual coffee dates, chat dates, message us. I know I've had people come up to me be like, it wasn't till you and you being so loud and proud about being queer and non-binary and femme that I felt comfortable being unified with that identity. Because the more that people see that, the more that people see you being proud of your identity, the more that they will join in that. And that's how we find that validation, which begets empowerment.
But yeah, I understand what everybody's opinion is, but it seems like rejection also lies within the community. It seems like people are easily to put labels onto, like the trans community. They're pushed aside just because they're trans. It's kind of like, how can a gay person be more peaceful with oneself without even if they don't practice meditation or whatnot, or they don't practice to be a good person? It's like they can get drowned by all the negative thoughts in the gay community.
That's a different problem. And I just want to very quickly point out, rejection from the broad community, we have this open mic, which is what's happening right now. What the issue is in the broad community is a rejection which is discriminatory. What happens in our community is a humanity issue. We are this, we are not that. And so the L's say we're not the G's, and the G's say we're not the T's, and the T's say we're not the Q's, etc. and so on. Those are two different issues. We have to work and accept the broad community issue first, while we begin to discuss internally in our community how we stop discriminating against ourselves. They're two different issues.
Well, yes, and Elimination said it about how, we got to work that much harder. And I actually believe that even before coming out, and I think I get to speak for a lot of people, that before coming out, maybe there's this awkward stage of feeling different from everyone else. But much like many demographics, we do have to work that much harder to get a lot of the same recognition that other people do in the straight community.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we have hit the time with our final topic. And Randy already said his final words on that. So round of applause for track number 3 on Rejection. So make sure you pick up a copy of Randy's album, The 3 R's, Relationship, Recognition, and Rejection, coming soon. And volume 2 on the backside of the album is 2020, The Wong Song, everybody.
I want to hear a song for the Wong Song.
Write that song.
All right, so before we say goodnight, let's find out who won the Gay Town poll. So who do you guys think pulled through? What is the number one boy band?
Backstreet's back.
Yeah.
It might have been
NSYNC.
It's going to be insane.
Backstreet.
Or
All right, so really quick before I share those results, the moment of truth has come forth. Billboard traveled back through time by ranking the best boy band projects from the past 30 years. But what is your favorite group? BTS expanded beyond a Korean household name and became a worldwide sensation with killer choreography, infectious bilingual earworms, and a sublime social media presence. This septet has been a mainstay at #1 on Billboard Social 50 charts for the last 187 weeks. Could they have won? Boyz II Men has been a historic mainstay at the Billboard Hot 100 with 3 of the longest #1 singles of all time, including One Sweet Day with Mariah Carey, the longest song to ever last at #1 for 16 weeks, I'll Make Love to You at 14 weeks, and End of the Road at 13 weeks. Were they the winner? Or could it possibly have been One Direction? They turned the big 1-0 this year at Pass in 2020. And yes, they had a big anniversary celebration on how the British boy band rose to fame, and all 5 former members continued on their individual solo climbs. Let's find out who Gay Town Poll has chosen as the winner. is, drum roll please.
Oh god.
It sounds like a vibrator.
Yes, it does. Only the best one.
Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Backstreet Boys.
Boys to Men came second.
Yeah.
Wow, how did Instinct come almost?
Fourth.
No, Backstreet
Wow.
Boys had
These are terrible.
53% of the poll. Boys to Men with Cooley High Harmony. I love Boys to Men to death, 26.7%. Followed by third place, New Kids on the Block, Step by Step.
New Kids on the Block. Oh my God.
I feel bad for Hanson.
Before Backstreet Boys and NSYNC was New Kids on the Block. But what did America and the Billboard Awards vote as the top 10
Backstreet Boys,
albums?
probably.
Ooh.
So let's see if America got it right with them. So let's bring that up on the screen.
Angie.
Wow.
Who was it?
New Kids on the Block.
All right, so number 10, Step by Step, New
And
Kids on the
KOTD.
Block.
That was the
Oh
first
my God.
concert I ever went to with my cousin when I was a kid.
Number
And I
9,
remember why I
Boyz
was
II Men,
gay.
Cooley High Harmony,
Oh, this should be
1991.
higher.
Oh, yeah.
Higher than that.
If you've never seen them perform, when they sing the song Mama, the whole audience cries every time.
Yeah.
Yes, every
Wow.
And
time.
talk about some of the best karaoke content right there.
I've actually never heard
Right?
of it.
I love karaoke.
Aventura, God's
I
Project.
know the town of
Yeah.
Ventura, but I've
I
never
love
heard the band.
karaoke.
I don't even know Aventura at all.
They're a Dominican bachata movement.
Tight.
Number 7 was
I don't know her.
Backstreet Boys.
Wow.
Oh,
Millennia.
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, there-
Wait,
Okay.
no way.
Got some disagreement here. Number 6,
Right.
Hanson, Middle of Nowhere, 1997.
Oh my God.
You would have thought Hanson was girls.
Get this. I saw
Right.
I saw a meme the other
With all the
day
hair.
of the Olsen twins. And they were
Number
comparing
5,
the Olsen twins.
112, 1997.
Okay.
One of those Hanson boys.
Signed on by P. Diddy. P. Diddy's big group from Bad Boy.
I barely remember one.
We just-
Number 4,
Oh,
Jonas
you were
Brothers,
right.
a little bit longer. All Jonas Brothers were not created equal. Number 3, from Korea, BTS.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Most
surprised
Beautiful
by that
Woman
one.
in Life.
Like insanely viral.
Who's BTS?
If you've never watched them, definitely check the videos out. They are like really trending right now in the world. Number 2 is
Yeah, they are.
NSYNC,
Yeah.
No Strings Attached.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that's to be expected.
Uh-oh.
That's
Yeah,
like the
Justin
gay
Timberlake
community,
and the
No
other guys.
Strings Attached. Oh, that means number 1 is One Direction.
Okay.
Oh.
90s artist or was it
Did the Billboard get it right?
You guys should hear the gay story on Tumblr about how Harry got sucked off by one of the other members.
You know, Harry has been in the news lately.
Harry, really? That's an understatement. Harry's been in the news lately.
Gay Town Hall, did they get it right? Did the Billboard get it
It's
right?
just
Or-
a story.
No,
It's
they didn't get it right.
Yeah, there's
Getting sucked off.
Thumbs down
Only
on
at Gay Town
Billboard.
Hall.
All right.
when you voted for that one?
All right. So
for
we've come
clarification,
to-
it is fiction.
All
Sorry.
right,
go
so
ahead.
we've come to the end of our show here tonight. Woo! At an hour 30. All right, let's just in honor of Power Infinity, let's wrap this up. So we're gonna go real quick and wish everyone a good night, America. So let's go ahead and start with Al Ferguson for a good night to America.
Well, good night, America. Monday is Martin Luther King Day. Don't forget.
Yes.
And next Wednesday is a day-long celebration of a brand new start for America. We need a restart on COVID and our politics. We're throwing the trash out, and we're going to have a great 2021.
All right, Angie.
This is a new record for what time we're getting out of here. And also on Martin Luther King Day, Monday, the 18th, check out the live show on facebook.com/The Chris Austin featuring Connie Keene with quantumenergyinfusion.com. Have a great night. And see you next week for my show.
Yes. Jarrell.
Bless you, America. Remember, love yourself.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Short,
Rory.
heartfelt, impactful.
Good night, America. So Monday is Martin Luther King Day, as the past two hosts have said. Just remember the thing in his speech that he said was, what do you say in a speech? I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. I want to live in a world where I can be judged by the content of my character and not by the color of my skin.
Whoa.
And right now we are in a time where we are labeling, we are making decisions based off of labels, but I think it's very important that we should go towards that goal. Like in our discussion earlier, we were talking about like music and being gay, and if we should be recognized for being gay and artists or recognized for artistry. I want to get to the point where we can. I could be Corey. I am gay. Yes, I am gay, but I'm recognized for being, I don't know, a singer or actor, or a good businessman. I want to be recognized for my work, and I think that it's very important in the name of Martin Luther King that we should continue to strive for that. Good night, America.
All right, Dr. Ty Hauser.
To all my LGBTQ plus folks out there, I want you to know that I love you, and if you ever feel the need that you need to reach out to someone and have a conversation or just listen, I think I speak for all of my fellow hosts, and I say you've got our social media, you can reach out to us, and we will be there to support you, because that's who we are as a community, and that's who we always need to be.
Yeah, very nicely said.
Thank you, Ty. Taisha, the other Ty.
Hey, well, good night, America. Thank you for joining us on this virtual flight that we've had that started out a little delayed. However, if I had a parting moment, I would say, hug your loved ones, and if you can give a word of encouragement, a compliment, or something positive to someone in a world that is seeping in negativity, oppression, discrimination, and violence, do so. Be the rose in the middle of the fire.
Well said. Elimination.
So I want to say good night, Kinky Humans. As was mentioned, Monday is Martin Luther King Day. It's a day of service. So let's just not take a moment to just purchase or say that we're going to have a day off. I encourage you, reach out to someone, tell someone you love them. In the day of COVID, we cannot go out and feed. We cannot go out and support each other. But I encourage you, give a phone call, make a donation to a worthy charity, join a virtual organization, a meeting on that day, and have a moment to say, because of him, we are here and where we are today. Because of us as humans, we can continue this journey on MLK Day. Remember that we are one, searching for the totality of what it's like to be a human.
Well said, Elimination. David Hopkins, the other David.
The original David. So good night, everybody. Like Elimination said, take care of each other, help everybody. Somebody may look different than you, have different situation than you. Doesn't mean you can't help them in some way. And since we were talking boy bands, like the one that said, we're glad you came.
And if you wanted to do a quick plug-in one more time, David.
Valentine's Day, Lambda Men's Brotherhood. Watch our Love-in-a-thon fundraiser for our organization. Like I said, Father Gene Merman. We've got some great DJs like Daniel Christopher, Alex Furbear. We've got cooking specials with Chef Josie. So, stay tuned on Valentine's Day. Lambda Men's Brotherhood's going to have that to you online.
You said you have Josie too, David?
Yeah, she said she was going to. She probably forgot me already, so I got to text her again, but those cooks.
All right, I'll get on her ass.
All right, let's give a huge round of applause for the main man tonight, Mr. Randy Boo.
Thank you, guys. Yay, Randy. Good job.
What do you want to say to America, Randy?
Good night, guys. Remember that the soul that's in me is in all of you. So treat each other right. Good night, guys.
In more ways than one.
I'm waiting for the long song.
Baby, beautiful.
All right, so that concludes our show, America. We didn't have a special guest host today because he actually is with family out of town. But Freddie Stebbins, who was the comedian from last episode, will be our guest host on our next episode, and Align will be on a future episode after that. Make sure to tune in next week because we have the beautiful Angie Oz. She's going to take us from mind, body, and soul. See what I did there for our 3 topics? So make sure to watch out for that. And thank you for joining us each and every Thursday night alive here at Gay Town Hall. Good night, America.
I missed you guys. I love you so much.
I love you all. I love my people. I miss you guys. And Randy, one more.